Hello guys, welcome back to my Retail Money Investments YouTube channel. This is Vinod. If you're new to this channel, please do subscribe, which helps me to create new content like this. If you're already subscribed, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about a stock which I have invested $20,000 in it. I'm going to cover two key questions. Why did I invest this much amount in one single stock, and which stock is this? Before we talk about why I invested such a big amount, as you guys know, we are always looking for the next big stock, and we also want to multiply our investments. Let's say we are always talking about the next stock or FIX stock. And in my view, this stock should be easily 5x stock in next 2-3 years. That's the reason why I wanted to invest such a big amount in one single stock. And most of the guys who watch this video, 25 to 45, they have a day job similar to me. Like I'm 34, I have a day job, and whatever savings I can scrape out, invest in some stocks, make some decent returns out of those investment. So if you're one of those, please do like, so that way this video will be promoted to other guys similar to you who want to invest in stock market, make some that additional return. And also please do subscribe so that you get new content notification, and I will also share some of the trades I make with you guys. Okay, the next burning question, which stock? I'll quickly share my screen with you guys. Let's quickly look at which stock is this one. I'm gonna select screen. Okay, so the stock I'm invested in is called Canopy Growth Corporation. So they have listed in Toronto Stock Exchange as well as New York Stock Exchange. Some of you who are not aware of Canopy Growth Corporations, they are primarily into marijuana. And yeah, marijuana. I think I did say that. I think some of you guys who are watching this, if you're not aware, it's legal in Canada. So they're listed in, as I said, in Toronto Stock Exchange as well as the US, because in some parts of US states, cannabis is legal. Okay, so their core business is, as I said, weed. And funnily, the stock ticker name for this company is Weed, WEED stock, as you guys see in the screen. So what do they do? They use marijuana to create pharmaceutical as well as recreational purposes medicine, as well as they are coming into edible as well as drinks. So I will capture the edible and drinks update in a minute. So that's what they do. So this is a new sector, right? So I think previously, as I said, we are always looking as a retail investor, we are always looking for the next big stock, or the one which can do 5x 10x in 3 to 5 years. So you need to start looking at the new innovative products, or the next big sector. One example I can take is, in my previous videos you guys have seen, I talk more about Tesla. And again, EV is a space which is kind of took off for the last 5 years, right? So you need to look at 5 years down the line, which are those sectors which may have a very decent return. Okay, similarly, I made a previous video on space, which is Virgin Galactic, and again, that's a new sector which is coming up on space tourism. So I'm also heavily invested on that. So if you want, I'll tag that video to this one, so please do look at those. Okay, let's quickly look at what this stock is doing. So as you guys can see, this is a $9 billion company, so it's not small, right? But I think at the height of their high valuations, I think probably it was trading around 25 billion market cap at one time. But again, I'll come back to it, why it's at 9 billion market cap now. The key information what you guys need to know: market cap is 9 billion. And the key other two data what you guys need to aware of is what is their net debt. Net debt is around 1.3 billion, and the total assets is 6.5 billion. So if you're buying this company today, or stocks today, so although the company is worth 9 billion, so but I think they already have an assets worth of 6.8 billion. So it's not a bad company to invest, so they're not going anywhere. And also technical ratings a buy. We'll come to that why it's a buy in a minute. Let's quickly look at the stock performance for probably last 5 years. As you guys can see that, before 5 years, so this is where, picking up the next big thing would be key. As you guys can see, like 5 years ago, this stock was trading around $10 per share. Then since then, it had run up to 80. So if you had invested in early 2017 with 2019, you would have got like 6x return already. And we are talking about 5x return as an investment. Okay, so since then, the stock has taken a big hit, like say from 70 going back to again 10 levels. So that's again reduction of 85% from the tops. I'll cover this why this downturn. So probably I'll cover the why it went up in first. So before, as I said, like this was not legal. When in Canada, when they said they're going to legalize this market, I think that's took more interest for investors into this company. So that was the primary run. And the secondary information why the stock had run was Canopy maker Constellation Group. I think if you've heard of them, they're also Nasdaq and NYSE listed company, or they may manufacture Corona beer as well as a lot more as a drink company. So they invested 4 billion. Okay, I'll say that again, 4 billion on August 15, 2018. So you guys can come back to the chart and see that August 2018. So yeah, it's somewhere here, which took this stock to from 30 levels to what 70 levels, like 1.5x in what just probably a month or month and a half. So that was the key two reasons. Since then, when we review the company revenues and the results, I'll explain why this downturn has occurred, and also we'll quickly cover at what prices I have bought, as well as what's my targets for this particular company, and what's my cost value, as well as how many stocks I'm holding. I'll just quickly cover that in a minute. So let's come back to some news on the company. Okay, so as I said, $9 billion company, the stock currently trading at $25. For your information, I think I'm looking at the Toronto Stock Exchange. That's where I'm invested in. I'm not looking at the NASDAQ, so it depends where you're buying. So there's a difference of stock price if you're buying in NYSE versus Canada. Anyway, so that's the 9 billion market cap for the company. If you look at last 4 quarterly results, I think 3 missed, 1 beat. I think the Q1 again, it's coronavirus was there, so I think there was some impact. But I think these 2 quarterly misses, I think I'll come to that quickly. As you guys can see that they have a very cash burning company in terms of how much money they are spending versus revenues here. So you can see in 2019 they lost around 700 million, I think in US, sorry, it's Canadian dollars, as well as 1.2 billion on the latest earning. So that's the 2 reasons why the stock took massive hit. But again, during these lows, I think I didn't find the exact news which I had previously. They kind of restructured their company and how they do business, and also they are recapping in terms of how they do business and how do they reduce their operational expenses. Let's quickly look at some of the financials, which if you guys are interested in that element. As you guys can see that I think their revenues are growing year on year, 2018 77 odd million to 400 odd million for the last quarter ending. But the biggest challenge for them is the total operating expense, as you guys can see, and again operating net loss around 1 billion for 2020. So they need to work really hard in terms of reducing the operational expenses, which is one key thing. I think in the new restructuring, I think their primary focus is this, as well as to increase the revenue, so that way they'll be cash flow positive. The other key thing I said, like, you need to also look at balance sheet when you're investing in this such a new sector. As I previously covered, they do have total assets of around 6.8 billion. So you're almost getting value for your money, so that you're not giving it an 20x valuations. They have so much assets already, around 7 billion, and their market cap is around 9 billion. So that's key information in terms of what the stocks are. Let's quickly jump into where I bought the stock and what my holding is. As I showed in the video, I've invested around $20,000 in this company. I hold in 2 different accounts. One is for me, and one is for my wife's account. Okay, so as you guys can see that I've started buying in 2019 September time, and even I bought some in last month also. So I think I primarily started buying around 20 range, and even started buying at 30 range, and even at the lows of March. So that way my average cost is around 20, yeah, $24 dollars. I'm up like 2% on my this particular portfolio, where I've invested around $10,000, 8,000 pounds here. And again, in my wife's account, I've invested similar amount, around 8,000 or $10,000 dollars, and she's up also up around 3%. So, which is, as I said, to summarize, I think it's $20,000. I think got a price of 24 Canadian dollars is my cost basis. And that is a key value in terms of why I started buying it. As you guys can see, currently I've just added an trend. So this is within this trend. So the key support level here is around 21. The stock is at 25. I think it's up around 2% today. So this is the channel which is it's going to continue to run. And again, my immediate 6 to 12 months target is to go back to 36 levels for this stock. And again, this is my analysis. I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your own analysis when it comes to investing. So that's my first target. But again, you need to when you invest in new innovative sectors, you need to take a longer term horizon. It's not that they're gonna create revenues and they'll be profitable, and they're not gonna start distributing dividends. They need to reinvest in the company. So the couple of key information what you need to know, I think probably it's better you guys hear from the let's say the CEO himself, as well as Jim Cramer when he interviewed last month. There were quite a few information why I'm so bullish on this company, rather me saying I let you guys hear about it. It's primarily around their edible as well as drinks market which they are getting into. This is not there currently. This is a new sector altogether. So let's say, for example, if you wanna enjoy an evening, you go out and buy lots of beers, and you spend a lot of money, and then next day you have an hangover. So I think that's not going to go away. But there are some say people want to enjoy the same experience without getting the hangover. And again, this video would explain why that's a bull case for this particular company. I'll just quickly play this 2 minutes video if you wanna hear. I think this is a key information. Have a look at this. Okay, I just realized I'm playing through mic. I don't think you can hear this. So the key information here, which you guys should know, is primarily around edible and drinks market. So I'll just quickly cover it. Sorry, apologies for that. I think, as you guys seen, that I'm a new to YouTube videos, so I'm not a pro. I'm mostly an investor. I'm trying to mix both of it now. They're primarily getting into edible market. I'll do a link to this video. Please do watch it after mine. Primarily CEO explaining to Jim Cramer how they are planning to enter the drinks market. And also that goes back to our other topic, which is the Constellation brands. That's a massive tie-up. So they've invested 4 billion in 2018, and in 2020 they also upped their stake 5.1% more in 4th of May 2020. They've invested around 245 million. So if Constellation brand company are investing 5 billion, I think they hold already like 50% of the company. So there's no reason why, if somebody else is interested in company, and I invested only 20,000, so it's not much. That kind of shows positivity, where the big investors in the company are, they're not running away saying that this sector is not going to come up. They're also looking to innovate, as I said, in terms of pharmaceutical market, recreational purpose drugs, for example. Okay. The other topic I wanted to cover today, in terms of stocks which are which are on float. For example, let's click on statistics. Here you guys can see that the overall shares outstanding is around 368 million. Out of it, the float is 219 million. So the key information, the percentage held by insider is 42%. So there are not many stocks you can trade um, when it comes to this, because the other reason is it's held by institutions also. So there are less stocks less stocks which are tradable. So I think it's good to accumulate in its early days. And again, if you go to the holders, I think this also provides some of the key information. See, if you can see, the top institutions already hold like millions of shares with this company. And again, they do accumulate over a period of time. If Vanguard is in, like they invest in safe companies, they don't invest in some companies which is going to go bust. That way, now currently you can see also top mutual funds also having interest with this company lately. You can see that they reported there is an increment in terms of shares they have bought so far. Okay. The other news, what I can cover now. So I think coming back to my analysis, so again, I'm at like the 25 level. So currently where it's trading, this is just to showcase, I am in it. I think I see most of the YouTube videos, they say like, 20x or 10x, money maker stock, but I think they are not invested in it. I think I want to do a change in terms of, my approach. I just preach what I invest in, and again, I also showcase my trades to you guys who are watching. So that's it actually. So if you like this video, please do like. I think in YouTube, I think some algorithm which suggests to other users only if you like, and please do subscribe. So I have invested in quite a lot of other companies. I would make similar videos if it's helpful for you guys. I really appreciate the time you guys spent with me today. Thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing. And wherever you are in the world, take care and be safe.